Oh, I realized I never read it. I got his new quest, but I didn't actually read it. Casting off the veil. You discovered a lead on a secret terminal, an Oculus collating post. Travel to Praetor to follow the next leg of Tristan's investigation. I'm bringing Azza because I'm not getting enough Azza. Azza's companion ability now inflicts stun rather than stagger. Azza automatically gains 1 charge of her companion ability when combat starts. It's not hard to build them up, so stunning I think is better. Like hers is easy to get charges on. I just really wish she would start her companion quest. Tristan?
May whatever we discuss aid in the destruction of our foes. Speak freely.
Lost my perk. Oh. Okay, now we gotta head over there, but I can't go through that because that's part of the main story. So I have to just follow the road. I was gonna fast travel to a closer location. It's not even that much closer anyways. Okay, my guy. All that space on the elevator and you had to be right up my ass.
I am primed to punish.
Wait, did they go invisible?
Weapon primed.
Or look at her walk. Look at her running. Oh, they all went and hid.
I shall not stay your execution. Taking punitive action. Your judgment has found you. Prepare for absolution. Your final.
This might sting a lot.
I despise asking for aid, and yet prosecuting viscerally.
All on the wrist. Step aside, swine.
Okay, I'm doing Tristan's quest, casting off the veil, and I entered through the back entrance, and you had to fight your way, and then I found someone that had a name. Also, I didn't know, if you enter through the back entrance, it automatically gives you the fast travel point. I could have just fast traveled there when I exited the tomb. But there's a person with a name, so I want to see if I can peacefully enter the location with Tristan. If not, then I'm just going to reload the save where I've already started killing people. If I can enter it peacefully and walk around, then I'll just add me killing people to the end so you could still see what I was doing. But, yeah, I guess this is why you don't sneak in. Because I don't want to kill his people if he's still, you know, part of their group, right? So there is Warden Second Class Maslow, not hostile to me. I have Tristan.
Central Control is open to no visitors. Turn around.
Tristan? Sorry, I pulled the gun out because I wanted to talk.
Best turn around. Central Control isn't... Wait. Arbiter? What are you doing here? I've heard a great deal regarding your exploits within the Protectorate. And it is all that prevents me from summoning the Guard. I have strict orders to arrest you on sight.
I've no desire to slay you, but if you seek to prevent me from pursuing my duties, I will have no other choice.
Let's take a step back. Why isn't Tristan allowed in?
Arbiter Rao did not report to the Consul's summons. Consequently, he is wanted for questioning. It is only our difference in rank that stays my hand from attempting arrest.
Well, let's just go back the way we came. This doesn't need to come to violence. It does. I'm gonna have to kill him anyways.
Very well. I shall not sound the alarm. But you are still not permitted to enter this facility either through this entry or any side route. I shall be watching.
Commander, let us speak privately on our next course of action.
I'm sorry, my dude. In another timeline, you're gonna have to eat a bullet. Because you didn't want to let us through. Alright,
I did not care for that exchange at all. The idea that the Consul would stymie me individually is rather disturbing. Regardless, we do have alternate means of ingress. I seem to recall a number of creatures bypassing the left fence through some upper path we were never able to find. There's also the prisoner entrance on the right. If you're sufficiently dexterous, you may be able to bypass the safeguards to get us in.
all right, sounds good. Or third option, that it's odd he's not mentioning it, seeing as he mentioned it when we were on a different quest over here. He said, hey, don't forget there's the back entrance that we found in the tomb of the Matriarch. But now he's telling us there's a left and a right entrance. Hold on, let me get a look at him, but we're just gonna enter through the back because we've already done that. Let's just have a little look-see. Little look-see. Oh, okay. I don't have an engineering of 7, so I can't do this one. And then you said the other one had enemies, which are probably those one things, right? So there's a way in that way, and then there's the other cave. So this would get you in. You did it. Good job. Then what's over here? This one also gets you in. Kind of pointless to have two entrances to the same spot. But yeah, I guess they get you around having to fight as much if you want to do a stealth route, but if you want to actually explore the location, you have to fight. So if I have to kill them anyways, I'm just showing the other entrance, but I'm going to reload my save. So if you haven't done Niles' quest, I don't know if this is unlocked. My guess is you would have to kill these three guards that are outside if you didn't do Niles' quest. Because they're already dead when you get here during his quest. And then just walk in. Go to your left into here. And if you have a high enough observation, or maybe Tristan's passive of companion ability will show you, it'll tell you there's a wall here. You go in, and here's the door. And that's it. So now, what you're going to see after this point is me before I found out that there was a person I could talk to. Casting off the veil, you discovered a lead on a secret terminal and Oculus collating post. Travel to Praetor to follow the next leg of Tristan's investigation. Okay, we got here from, if you didn't, I don't know what order these are being posted in. We did Niles' quest, which was here at the tomb of the Matriarch. And while there was a secret door that drops us over here because we need to get to this side. But this path was blocked. So you either go this way and do v.a.l.e.r.i.e's quest, or you do Niles' quest here. And Niles' quest just drops you off here conveniently. So, there you go, you're all caught up. I need to up my sound effects a little bit, because 50 is too low, but oh man, if you've been on the ACS shut the fuck up radio thing, the ACS undisputed claim, oh man, it's so loud on that ship. Did I just hear giant wings flapping? As far as I know, there are no creatures with giant wings. Okay. So this is the first Matriarch. I don't know who that is. I guess maybe it's her when she's older? No, because they had a daughter first, right? Because that's the first sovereign. Ooh, what do you got for me? Got for me. I don't like when it goes through walls, because then I don't know what I'm looking for. I think, like, right now, I think there's something in this room. It's not. It's going through walls. I'm observing through the wall something in the other room. But that just becomes confusing.
Take a gander.
A perfect society demands perfect thoughts. Imperfection is impossible when the mind is a thing of
Unfriendly company.
Giving chase.
Wow, all I had to do was walk down the stairs and he forgot I existed?
Aborting search.
with Tristan right there. Tristan.
Attempting to pursue.
Tristan, use your authority.
Weapon prime.
Sorry, I got shot because I was sitting here talking about how Tristan, being an Arbiter, can literally go anywhere he wants. And why didn't he step out and say, it's me, Tristan, the Arbiter. I go where I want. Okay. Wait, was it not in the room then? What are you telling me to look at? Or was it just notifying me that there was an enemy in the other room? Was that what it was trying to tell me? The observation thing, like, it just makes no sense. Sometimes. Because all it was doing was pointing this way. Oh, wait, no. You know what? I think I know what it was. If I entered through the normal way, the normal entrance, which I'm guessing is here, it would have been telling me this is a fake wall. There's probably a button over here somewhere to close the wall. Is there anyone else in this room? See, I think that's what it was trying to say. It was showing me a hint in this room to tell me that there's a secret wall here that I already opened because I entered through the back entrance. And that's why it's disappeared. I was trying to see if there's a button to reclose it. Like, how would you open it from this side? Because the only reason I entered through the back entrance was because my observation told me... You guys are blocking the other books. My observation told me that there was a secret entrance. It doesn't matter. I did select Tristan's quest, right? Yeah. Still more red spots on my map. And still opportunity for Tristan to say, Pioneer's Pride. Yeah, that's what Tristan needs to say. Annotated map of Arcadia's first colonies. One of the locations on this map bears a bright red X mark. A small note is pinned beside it. Suspected site of initial signing of Articles of Confederation early into Arcadia's founding. Name successfully stricken from records. Oh, an unmarked planet. Wait, is it the planet that we already learned about? That's, unnamed and on the outside of this solar system. No copies of surviving initials articles, but extremely sporadic rumors persist that they were shockingly lenient in regards to punishing citizen infractions and allowed subjects rightful amounts of autonomy. Though our society has proven that citizens require strict rules to thrive, rumors of any other guidelines must not be followed to persist. Allowed, not followed. Allowed to persist. Continue to identify sources of information and excise most thoroughly. So it's not the solar system, it's a city? They've been referring to colonies throughout the entire series, well, the two games, I guess, as planets. Those are the colonies. That one, it does seem like they mean specifically a city.
Make me walk on over there, huh? Disruptive influences!
I'm trying to let you do your shot, but you're blocking it. Oh, ass
Nearby. Step aside. Fine. All on the wrist.
loath to admit I require medical assistance.
Moving towards them, but I'm expecting people to come rushing around. There's a lot of people in this place.
You have my thanks and my hammer.
You should be using your authority here. Like, I'm all for killing them, but why are you not? I guess because we didn't come in through the front entrance, but why are we not saying, hey, it's the police, inspection time. We're here to do an inspection. Which way are you going? That dude's doing push-ups, but it just from here, it doesn't look appropriate.
Prosecuting viscerally.
Aggressor at hand.
Foreign agent!
My freaking flaws that cause me to be nervous. So when I went to fire, it swung my gun to the side. I really shouldn't have grabbed every flaw. Like, they don't need to die. They're exercising. They also aren't.
I repudiate all vapid commercialists. His
No.
gaze Arcadia! None shall hide from
They aren't. They aren't aggressive. They're just working out. So I'm not gonna kill them.
Assist me, will you? My death would be a stain on both of us.
I just hear so many footsteps going on right now.
subversive
Oh,
types.
okay, hi.
Hello?
Back in my sight.
Commencing guidance.
We're literally surrounded. And all of my flaws make me so killable.
Each a vital cog. Oh, looks like they've vanished.
You have my thanks and my hammer.
I can down any of them in like a one hit.
Trust the plan.
If, and only if.
I spy my next victim. I mean a hostile combatant.
None shall stand against us.
If I'm not having to worry. Oh, I thought that person was coming, still following me. Alright.
Minimizing exposure.
At your word, I shall.
I shall do.
Enemy spotted.
Prudence dictates we repel all invasive elements.
What are you snapping onto over there? Okay, you guys.
Artificial flavor.
Oh, hey. Oh, come on. Why did you guys go running outside? We're inside. We'll take care of the inside first. Is that you guys? Whose footsteps am I hearing?
Maintaining perfection.
Who needs to die?
Oh, you just teleported back behind me. Let's take care of this first, and then you guys can do your thing, okay? Are you hostile? You don't have a name. Let's clear the classroom. Oh, he had a wedding ring on him. Oh no.
Could have sworn I. Ah, well.
Let's go down these stairs. Someone just sneezed.
Sharpen up. Hostiles near.
Yeah, that door is sealed.
Unfriendly company. They're mine.
Okay.
This might sting. A lot. Step aside. Swine.
Oh, come on.
All in the wrist. This might sting. A lot.
I didn't look at my mini-map. My mic is actually blocking my mini-map, so I didn't even notice it. But come on, man. Can you put the gun down? Thank you. So I didn't notice there were two in the room. I was just like, she's no longer screaming about killing and hostile, so it must be good to go. Early copy of the Protectorate Acumen Test. This copy of the Protectorate Acumen Test is one of the first drafted by the Matriarch herself. You may have noticed its unusually simple questions and greatly truncated length. It was believed initially that this was all required to successfully decide the vocations of Protectorate subjects. In the many peaceful years following the Matriarch's passing, the Protectorate iterated lightly upon her initial designs. However, after his rise to power, Consul Thoreau, Henry Thoreau, correctly, it's not Henry, I forgot what his name was, correctly identified many ways in which the Protectorate Acumen Test could further identify a subject's strengths and weaknesses. It's basically the GOAT test in Fallout 3. The test nearly quintupled in length, allowing us all to rest easy knowing Arcadia's future subjects will be properly placed in their societal roles. Can I already search over here? Oh, these are lockers. Okay, two doors there, but I didn't. I just closed a door. I did snipe this guy at the end, so. Why is this once in such
The old quarters are... they have all been removed. I hardly recognize this place.
Something's happening to Tristan. He's acting like a human being.
I'm fine. Some errant dust merely found its way into my eye.
Why is it now that... Oh, kid, that... That's unintentionally hilarious. Is that how things went, Tristan? Look, man, it's funny. But why is it now on this quest that companions chime in with each other? Like, there's not enough of that, and there was a lot more of that I can remember in the first game, where your companions actually engage in stuff. When you take them on quests, they'll comment on each other's lives. Why is it Azza that is commenting on Tristan, but Tristan had nearly nothing to say when we were doing Niles' quest? Protectorate fitness records. 140mm artillery shell lift records. Tristan's at the highest, number 1, 138.98 seconds. So he lifted the 140mm artillery shell for 138.98 seconds. That's how they were measuring it. Number 2 is Virgil Montag, his friend. And number 3 at 32.22 is Albin v.a.l.e.r.i.e, who we have not heard of yet. Fencing champion for 6 years running is Tristan. Longest lunge mine throw, throwing a mine like a discus, I'm guessing, is Tristan at 58.32 meters. Number 2 is Virgil, and number 3 is Maryland Wintrot, who we have met. We did a quest for her on Paradise Island, Paradise Falls, whatever it's called. But we had to kill her in this playthrough because she was hostile to me. Or maybe I left her alive and just didn't go to the bridge. A 60-second shooting range challenge scores. Virgil, who is obviously better at guns, was the number 1 at 114. Cecil Ivor Corbin, who we have met, and I saved, and then the game just killed him for no reason. He was from the beginning of the game, and then he was on Paradise Island as well, and then Tristan Rao at number 3 with 59. Because he had to have his name on everything, even if he's not number 1. No comment on that? That's a very dirty rag. You'd think that the footsteps would have been leading to the rag. Then they wiped their feet and then kept walking, but alright. Got a helmet. Even though I can't give it to my computer. Bro, come on. Look, it looks like... I don't need to describe what it looks like, but it looks like, you know. Radio. Vent. At least they saved all your guys' chocolate bars. It's like a flickering light, like it's supposed to be like a horror segment. But it's not. The flickering light, I guess, is to show me that there is a vent up there. But it just seems very out of place to have that flickering light. Storage room, what do we get? Grenades, grenades. Lots of grenades. And what do we have in here? Restroom. And the showers. Okay, I think obviously that's where I need to go. So, let me finish looking around first.
That elevator over there goes to the Supreme Arbiter's old office. I hope the technicians have kept it in working order.
Where is my marker? Okay, it's up there. Did she kill a student? Why is there a dead student? Did they run in and kill a student and then walk out? Because they killed this guy. Like, why is there a dead student in that classroom? I mean, there's a note thing in there, a data pad, so I have to go in there, which means they have to die regardless. But it just seems a little odd that there's just a dead body in the classroom. But now that I'm realizing I'm incorrect, I think the thing in the bunk room, the barracks, I believe that's probably just going to lead into the classroom. Like this also leads you to know that there's a thing up there. They don't need this flashing light. The seizure-inducing flashing light. Seizure. Oh, I guess it doesn't lead to the classroom? This just leads back to the hallway where okay. So it was just a waste of a lockpick.
Let's see. Out of a preponderance of caution.
I shall not stay. You're hurt. They're beyond my range.
No, they're not. Considering that you just ran up to him. See?
Prepare for absolution.
Okay, so now why are you...
The Council is not devoted to the idea of training future arbiters. I wish I could say I were surprised.
Is that why there's a dead scrutineer? Oh, I thought it was Halcyon Helen. But they wouldn't have Halcyon Helen because we're not in Halcyon. The Halcyon solar system. Sentinel Correspondence, Senior Sentinel Ebe. I recently finished my review of the security mechanisms presented on the flagship of the Sovereign, and I must say, our security coordinates have outdone themselves. Defenses ring every corridor, hourly redundant hallway patrols, and at the crux of it all, no one can access any deck of the ship without providing deck-specific credentials. This means that, for example, an officer on Deck 2 would be unable to access Deck 4 without aid. No assailant or group of assailants could run roughshod over the ship, no matter how coordinated. I hasten to call the ship nigh impregnable. Perhaps we might even implement some of these security measures at Central Control as well. Sentinel Bartos. Have we met Bartos?
I sense we close in on something central to my investigation. We simply must live to see it through.
Okay. Do you guys want to clear the courtyard first, or you want to go in and oh, you tell me that didn't drop. Oh, because it wasn't crouched. Oh, that person's got a name. Oh, I probably could have come in here and not had to kill anybody.
Recharge
Hold on. Hold on. I probably didn't have to kill any of these people. Okay. I'm gonna wait till they break combat.
My injuries are not
Drop a save here. Run around to the front entrance on a different file. And you won't see any of that, but I know Tristan doesn't want to kill his fellow people, so if I can get around not killing his fellow people, I will. Back where I left off, as we're riding the elevator up.
I believe what we need is on that terminal. I'll see if I can find my way in. The terminal's locked, which is no surprise. See if you can find some method to bypass its passcode.
Picture frame. An old picture of the Supreme Arbiter and her two proteges, Tristan and Virgil. Taken years ago. I can remove the frame. You find nothing remarkable as you remove the picture from its frame. However, you do notice a line of text in an untidy scrawl on the back of the photograph. To the Supreme Arbiter, a grander mentor has never walked the byways of Arcadia. Gingerly, you place the picture back as you found it. Why not take it for my ship? Why would we not just keep it? For Tristan. Bookcase. A number of volumes still stand on this dust-blanketed bookcase. I can examine. Deciphering the Plan, a primer on Order of the Ascendant teachings. You pull the book from the shelf, kicking up a small cloud of dust. Opening the book and thumbing through the pages reveals dense walls of scientific text in a sea of red underlines, crossouts, and annotations. It looks like the Supreme Arbiter was having a one-sided argument with this book's author. Look at the other books. We have look at Laws of the Protectorate, volumes 1 through 113. Though it doesn't seem over large at first glance, this book is so heavy it almost fights you as you pull it from the shelf. Were you to drop this on your foot, you have no doubt that several of your bones would shatter on the spot. The pages within are so dense with writing as to be almost completely black in pages. The edges of the book are worn, and many pages bear highlights, bookmarks, circles, and other marks. It's clear this book was extremely well loved. Okay, and finally we can skim hard press viticulture for the hard pressed. This seems to be a wine enthusiast's guide for home brewing, with the target audience being officials with a very limited amount of time. Judging by how much thicker the dust is on it than every other book, it does not appear to have ever been opened. Okay, so it was like a gift. Alright, so that's going to spawn robots if we get the code wrong. Hey, I have the same outfit, bro. Nice. It's just going to be a basic gun. There's no way that's unique, because that's just how it's been. But there's 3 robot spawns. Examine. Filing cabinet. A relatively standard filing cabinet featuring what must be hundreds of dense, boring documents. As you shuffle idly through the papers, skimming for something noteworthy, you hear something shift deeper in the cabinet, but it's difficult to surmise where. I can use treasure hunter or observation. That's probably a correct thing, so I'm not going to do it yet. A pillaged Order globe. An Order of the Ascendant's globe, likely stolen from some Order's settlement. You notice a depressed switch half hidden in the base. I can use Tristan, and only during this quest. Okay. You know what also helps? Turning the screen on, my guy. That's what it's going to be, the solution. You just didn't have the screen turned on. The monitor. The hall monitor. So obviously I want to do that one, but I want to do this too. After a few moments of searching, you eventually find the bottom shelf bears a false bottom. You lift it up to reveal a small compartment containing a single, slightly dusty bottle of alcohol. Take the bottle. Got Prestige Gin. So it's not even unique, it's just an alcoholic bottle. Okay. Oh, I thought Az was looking at something. Well, I guess I should look up. Just because dogs can't doesn't mean I shouldn't. All right. Nothing, so let's go ahead and... Tristan, press the switch. Is he not going to say that? Something rumbles in the floor nearby. It would appear this has unlocked something.
Did you hear that? I think something may have unlocked. I think this may unlock the terminal, but the toggle mechanism appears compromised. I shall hold it. You attempt to gain access to the machine.
Protectorate contraption. Wires and mechanical doodads commingle beneath this device's surface. Best leave it to Tristan. He could also just set his hammer inside to hold this open, but alright, I guess he can hold it open with his force.
You must finish reading through that terminal. The elevator's been summoned from below. Someone's coming up. Hurry!
I didn't even get to the terminal before any of that happened, but okay. Messages. From the Senior Arbiter Ashton. Subject, Casualty Report 288. We have... Supreme Arbiter, it is my regret to inform you that, over the course of the last week, we've lost another 2 cadets worth of... 2 cadres, not cadets, cadres worth of Arbiters in the fighting on Cloister. Their unit was ambushed by a large number of Order troops en route to resupplying those holding the archive. Though they eliminated 10 for each of their own v.a.l.e.r.i.e, they were eventually overwhelmed by Order firepower. We shall doubtless still prevail on Cloister. I shall see to that until my dying breath. Though we have lost many more than expected, the Sovereign shall deliver us from this icy wasteland and crush our enemies forthwith. Glory to the Protectorate, Senior Arbiter Ashton. From Tristan, subject, gap in my armor. Okay. I met with another Arbiter today, after the conclusion of your wake. I didn't glean her name. I cannot say whether she volunteered it. She was one of an extensive line of well-wishers, of condolences, of those seeking comfort to give and to take. As the two of us conferred, she spoke of a handful of junior arbiters she has been mentoring and asked if I had any advice. I told her, see which of your recruits has the best knack for maintaining their weapons. Excellence in the most basic of tasks begets excellence in all else. She thanked me for my insight, but I realized shortly thereafter that it was not my insight. It was yours. All I know and am, I learned from you. You and Virgil presented a stable base from which I could be the best I could be. With you gone and Virgil distant, it is, for the first time in my life, difficult to see what the future might bring. May the architect grant us both peace. So that was after her death, and let's play the unsent recording.
Consul Thoreau, I'm sure you're surprised to be receiving this message, and thus I can assume you already know my intent. Even considering aligning myself against the Sovereign is like sticking my hand in boiling oil. Yet my dead charges spur me forward. 10 scores of Arcadia's finest, at least 10 scores, died in defense of Golden Ridge. And does the region lie in our control? No. We fled like sprats, all at v.a.l.e.r.i.e's behest. I shall lower myself to work with you, Consul. I will help you uphold your plan to... Hold... What in blazes? How long have you been standing there? What did you hear?
Okay.
I cannot believe what I heard. I cannot.
You okay?
Yes, I'm fine. Because I think I understand what was actually happening. My mentor hated the Consul and was deeply devoted to the Sovereign. She'd never speak thus, unless she was trying to lure the Consul into a trap.
That seems like a lot of work to go through just to flatten someone's head with one of those giant hammers.
What I'm proposing is eminently plausible. It may be beyond you to see her machinations, but it's obvious to me that this was merely an intricate play. It's all that makes sense.
No, she's realizing, like everyone else realized, the Sovereign's a dumbass. It's obvious she was killed before she could send it. There's no elaborate play here.
It's not obvious to me. You didn't know her. Wait, do you hear that?
You mean the door that you already announced?
Arbiter v.a.l.e., I finally got you. Submit quietly to the Protectorate's justice for your manifold transgressions.
Are you insane? Who are you? And on whose authority do you claim to judge me?
My name is Junior Arbiter v.a.l.e., and I operate on Arbiter mandate, as you did once. Now, no questions. This is already going to be difficult enough.
This isn't an old love interest, is it? I'm sorry.
This is not the time for your deranged jests.
Well, that's ridiculous. My interest in Arbiter v.a.l.e. is purely professional.
Enough. This has been an unpleasant day, and my patience is gone. Your accusations are baseless, and accosting a higher-ranked arbiter is grounds for arbitration.
They're far from baseless. You stand accused of abandoning your post, of infiltrating Protectorate facilities with opaque aims, and of hampering the Protectorate war effort.
All right. There's a lot of accusations to throw around. Let's all calm down and discuss this.
There's no discussion to be had with criminals. I needed to see firsthand that Arbiter v.a.l.e. had abandoned his station. He has, and must meet my judgment.
These accusations of yours are slander. If you believe false bravado shall save you from my wrath, you're sorely mistaken.
All right. I have discovered information. So, Tristan, can't you see she's just following her duty like you are?
At Oculus, and again at the Vox, you showed me that the law may be interpreted. Clemency can be granted where before it would be unthinkable. Here, my sense of duty clamors to be answered. But as much as it surprises me to admit it, I think you're correct. To this recruit, I've diverged from the path of righteousness. Slaying her for sincerely trying to do what is right would be a farce of justice.
Okay, so if I find a way to change her mind, you wouldn't kill her?
I would not. But I know the reality of swaying an arbiter from their chosen path. It's likely this situation may devolve into violence regardless.
What is this insanity? I would never imagine an Arbiter balking from their chosen course. I had hoped Arbiter Rao would come to his senses, but obviously to no avail. I may not wish to judge him. I may not understand what has come over him. It is of no consequence. His crimes against the Protectorate are all that matters.
All right, well, Tristan did spare a sentinel bent on arresting him. Does that seem like a traitor to you?
He was simply doing his duty, just as you or I must every day. Killing him would have been wrong, even though attempting to arrest me was a criminal act.
That's even worse than I thought. You chose not to do your duty, and expect telling me so would soften my decision to judge you?
The Supreme Arbiter taught me to follow my own sense of justice. And I have. Use your mind. Think about what I did. What you intend to do. Is this moral? Is this right?
See, I want to do these other ones, but I don't want to kill her if they fail, right? So I have to do my skill checks. Being brilliant and having a speech of 4. Arbiters aren't under any jurisdiction but their own. No one put you up to this.
What of it? Someone has to stop him.
Ironic. You came here to judge me for much the same reason I have, as you so claim, deserted. I chose to investigate the Supreme Arbiter's death on my own. You chose to investigate my departure on your own. You seek to judge me for the very crime you are guilty of.
That's impossible. I refuse to believe we both could be guilty if we were simply following what we were taught.
Yes, you just understood. Okay. Even the Supreme Arbiter seems to have struggled to do the right thing by your laws. This is evidence, which is why I'm choosing it.
We don't know that for certain, but to an onlooker without our knowledge, it could seem that way. And such presumed traitorousness would be very confusing.
Even the Supreme Arbiter has struggled with this? That doesn't seem possible. But I suppose there's no way to ask her now. I shall trust your words. Consider my hand stayed. I can see that judging Tristan would only rob the Protectorate of another of its servants. It seems I must reflect on this matter.
All right, Tristan, what do you think?
It would appear we're in agreement. Neither of us shall raise a hand against the other. I'm pleased.
Ever known an Arbiter to lose their taste for blood? That's disappointing.
So, what course of action do we take now?
Tristan, any words of wisdom you can impart?
It's important for an Arbiter to use their forebrain. Next time you encounter something as strange as a loyal Arbiter diverging from the path of righteousness, investigate. You may find more questions than answers. But deciphering them and interpreting justice as best we can is how we might serve Arcadia.
Uphold justice in my way. I'll attempt to remember that, Arbiter Rao. Thank you.
Glory to the Protectorate, Junior Arbiter. Make me proud. I'm pleased we were able to resolve that altercation peaceably. Robbing Arcadia of an enthusiastic recruit would have given me little joy.
You say that, but I've seen the way you smile when you kill. Oh, sorry, dispense justice. I'd say she got lucky. Or you're turning soft.
You know, I'd even venture to say she reminded me just a little of myself as a lad.
She wasn't annoying. She was fine. So, where do we go from here?
All this excitement did not make me forget the confession on the Supreme Arbiter's terminal. I have to bring it to Virgil. Together, we can discover exactly what transpired.
And I got a speech of 3. You know you're lying to yourself. These excuses of yours are unbecoming of an Arbiter.
Have you lived all your life within the Protectorate? No. What do you know about what makes an Arbiter? I refuse to question the Supreme Arbiter, just as I refuse to cast every belief I hold dear into the mud. Push me no more. Virgil will know what to make of this. Together we'll figure out what to do. I'll message him when we return to the ship. Hopefully he shall respond. Quickly.
He's the one who killed her. Like, there's... I've been saying this about other games, about things being so obvious.
Once we find Virgil, he and I shall unravel what occurred with the Supreme Arbiter. Together, we shall have no trouble, I'm sure.
I've been talking about how, like, a lot of modern games are so predictable. And this, to me, feels like it's obvious it was Virgil. I knew from the second I met him that he did something. He just... His whole deal kind of just gave it away. Like, when you get a vibe, right? And I could be wrong. Because there are times when I am wrong, when I get the feeling that someone is the obvious person. But it's screaming, oh God. Can't fast travel while inside of this building. I'm gonna see if I can step out the door and fast travel. If not, then I'll just go back through the tomb. Because I don't want to kill all these people. They don't need to die.
Smells like paint and agitated dust. Renovations, I surmise.
They don't all need to die, so I'm not going to kill them. Yeah, this just screams Virgil is the one who killed her. Even if he had a reason. His reason being that she was betraying the Protectorate. It just feels like it's him. She had a lot more chiming in. Like, again, why don't I get more of that when I take companions together on quests?
Let's try this again, Rao. Auntie is bringing the free market to Arcadia. The free market is what allows anyone to choose their path in life. The free market is good.
Free market? Ah, preposterous. If it were free, anyone could take what they wished at any time.
It ain't free like that. It's free in the sense that it's been liberated from outside control, like the Earth Directorate or your sovereign. Folk can buy what they want, when they want.
What if someone needs something they cannot pay for?
Then they are free to take on work until they can pay for it. Look, in our society, we ain't limited by ration cards or clearance levels, only by our industriousness. Inspiring, right?
Yes, the idea of the multitudes needing to slave for basic necessities is truly inspiring. Feelings of revulsion.
It's America, and I don't know, best one I can think of right now, Korea. That's essentially what they're saying.
Bending my ear? I hope you intend to point me towards someone in need of judgment. Speak freely.
Like to discuss personal matters.
Certainly. I consider myself an open tome.
Wait, you said we would talk on the ship. We're on the ship. Oh, I literally have to just wait. My guess is if I travel to a different planet. That maybe we'll get our message so I don't have to wait that long. He's not waiting outside the door. He's not waiting down by the thing. Now with Granny.
May whatever we discuss aid in the destruction of our foes. Speak freely.
I know that it's just gonna pop up at the most inconvenient time and interrupt a different quest, and I don't want that. Okay. And I can't even sleep to pass time, so I'm just gonna have to go do another quest and then get interrupted by him. Let's go talk to Tristan, just so I can be able to move around my ship. Not gonna call me over?
Commander, I have news. I finally heard back from Virgil. His message was suitably vague. I suspect he fears the Consul's eyes scanning his message, but I believe it to refer to the Arbiter training facility located on Paradise Island.
You know, it's a good thing I reloaded a save. I went there on my own, and then I had a feeling it was going to tie into something. So I already know all about the location. Any idea why he'd choose to meet there?
Parts of the location can only be accessed by Arbiters. He likely did so to avoid the Consul's spies. There's a certain hominess to it, inasmuch as we have any particular home. Bringing our findings to Virgil will hopefully allow us to deduce something from all that we found. I only hope it dispels some of the muddiness we've encountered so far. Further complications would be most disagreeable.
Casting off the veil, wait to hear from Virgil, meet up with Virgil. I mean, might as well go and knock this out, I guess. Did I already read Casting Off the Veil? Yes, because I've already done part of it already. Okay. I'm not at the beginning of his. That's why I'm continuing his. Like, I'm at the beginning of the other two, which is why I haven't done theirs. But because I already have his footage, if I can just finish this off, then I can get this one uploaded. So all I had to do was do another quest in between, and they would get up, and they got updated. So who are we gonna bring with us, Tristan? I think I brought Azza with me on Tristan's last mission, right? Who hasn't gone? And I brought Valerie on one of Tristan's mission. No, I brought Tristan on Valerie's mission. Who hasn't gone out in a bit? Niles? I think it's been a bit since Niles has got to walk around, so I'm gonna take Niles. Alright, sorry about I had to cut out that loading screen for any arachnophobes. You don't gotta worry.
It's silent as a tomb. I hope we aren't too late.
I wonder if it's... Okay, so when I came here before, and I do still have that footage, so if it's gonna be different, it's okay. I saved the footage. But when I came here last time, everything was hostile. I had to do a lot of sneaking. But now it seems like everyone's dead. Did Virgil kill everyone?
If Virgil's not about, he's like to be in the training grounds depths. There's a lift that will take us lower, located behind the door next to those stairs.
Did he kill everyone? Okay, letter to home. Our training to become fully fledged arbiters continues apace. The facility is well hidden and well guarded. Arbiter Nebs tells us that certain lessons must be absorbed in isolation, even from the protectorate we love. And we so remain exiled behind these walls and insulated from the war. Arbiter Nebs is the sole custodian of this facility, his peers having been dispatched to the front lines. So there's plenty of time for target practice between lectures and drills. He seems especially passionate about maintaining the firing range and replacing worn-out targets. I know not why. Arbiters certainly are a fastidious lot. So Arbiter Nebs is the only person here, and then there's robots. So again, I do have, if Nebs is gone, I'll just try to remember to upload that video as well. But so when everyone left, the protectorate made out a call and everyone had to leave. Nebs was told he had to stay here. And so Nebs is in this building and will only pop out maybe I didn't. Oh, I probably loaded a save after I killed him. So I might need to tack all of that onto this video. That sucks, because I probably could. Tristan probably would have talked to Nebs. Well, there's a pitchball card for Kyle. Coing, measured reply. Shh. No passing notes. Remember, an arbiter is respectful and attentive to the protectorate, and Arbiter Nebs is the protectorate embodied. Besides, he appears to be doing his best, and the best at all times is expected of an arbiter. Yeah, so Nebs was a dunderhead. No, because I didn't loot any of the ammo. So it isn't my save. I would have looted the ammo at least, right? The only thing I would have left behind maybe would have been food. But I would have looted ammo. I'm so confused as to what. Yeah, wait, this room's looted, so maybe I did. I can't tell if I cleared the place and loaded a save, or if Virgil killed everybody. Graduate's Journal. I do not know how long an arbiter remains in training, but our instructions never returned from the war. We have been here for many years. Arbiter Nebs is our compass, our guiding light, our sole reference for what it means to be an arbiter. And he has ordered us to leave. We are the next generation of Protectorate lawbringers, he said, and there was nothing more he could teach us. Of course, we figured out the truth long ago, that he is no true arbiter, but a mere technician. We said nothing because he worked so hard to be an arbiter for our sakes. When the war is over, we will band together and recommend his ascension. I only hope he lives long enough to join us on the Sovereign side, so if I did kill him, I'm probably going to be killing the Sovereign too. So what happened here was all of the arbiters, including Tristan and Virgil, had to leave. And it's probably going to tell you on the terminal. Had to leave to go do the war because that's what they have to do. And there were still people being trained, but there was no one to train them. And so they walked outside, and the most senior officer was Nebs, a technician, the senior maintenance technician. His job was, as you read here on that one, to clean. But no one knew that at the time. They just saw the senior officer and were like, what do we do? And he obviously, you know, he's got that King Arthur mentality of he always wanted to be the hero. So he's like, I'm an Arbiter. I'm gonna keep training you all. And that's what happened. Note to self. Remember, Nebs, you are not an Arbiter. An Arbiter is a one-person army, a battleship in the form of man, the living law of the Protectorate. But you are just doing your best. Remain modest, remain steadfast, and the Protectorate will reward your dedication at the appropriate time. Not a moment sooner. Remember, Nebs, this is not your helmet, this is your mask. I feel so bad, because the whole reason I reloaded it, because I didn't want to kill him. Because I felt so bad for him, because he's not a bad person. Well, now I get some Arbiter Vanguard suit. Now that I have lockpick of 5. Damage resist of 10%. It's a heavy of 5. It has first in. Whenever you take damage in combat, gain a stacking plus 1% critical chance. Resets after landing a critical chance or combat ends. So it's going to keep plus oneing and plus oneing and plus oneing until you actually land one. So that's actually pretty nice and would have been a great set of armor to have at the beginning of the game. And the tip of the Sovereign's sword spills the most blood. Oh, there's his helmet. He also wasn't wearing his helmet when he came outside, so you could just easily kill him. I'm sorry, Nebs. Tristan might have talked him down. Oh, that sucks. I can't play through the entire game right now to get back to a point where he's not dead. But presiding Arbiter is none. Ranking officer, practice target replacement technician Nebs. So these are red, which means I did. Okay, I'm not going to read all those there. I'll just add me reading them to the end of this video. Sorry, Nebs. Pour one out for Nebs. So this was locked. And it is now unlocked. Is he about to betray me? Bro, let me have one. I got like 6. I can extend a 1 lockpick to get 89 bullets. Bro, dude, someone just barely didn't even make it. Looks like they slipped. That's so nasty. Okay.
Tristan, it's a relief to see a friendly face. Do come up.
Mm-hmm. Or Slove. That's an enemy spawning door, so I know that there will be fighting at some point. Look, I could be wrong, but the red lighting is telling me this dude's bad. That sinister staring and waiting for me to walk through the door. Bad. The person who killed their leader was someone she knew. Oh, look at that. Oh, that goes with my hip. Welded helmet MK. Well, it's not even stealing, I just get to have that. Let's pop a save.
Virgil! Ah, thank the architect I found you intact. We visited the Supreme Arbiter's office in Central Control and found something impossible.
Impossible? Why is it impossible? So that you may claim ignorance as to the truth of what you've uncovered?
Tristan is in denial about the evidence we found. I was hoping you could set him straight.
Fine. If you're still so thick-skulled, Tristan, then I can see I've no choice but to confess. Hold. Do you hear movement?
Attention, Arbiter Virgil Montag. Under the jurisdiction of the Council, we stand to bring you low. Do not resist.
Damnation. I knew the Sentinels were looking for me, but I did not expect they would come to this place. We have no choice but to fight. I can operate our turrets from this location, but you must engage the Sentinels head-on to prevent our being overwhelmed. Go now.
Arbiter Montag, lay down your arms. Surrender and die.
Surrender and die.
Go. I will join you shortly.
No, because that's an enemy spawning door, bro. He's gonna get killed. Can I talk them down?
All disruptive influences.
No.
Rather bizarre.
Ready to waste.
You don't want to talk? Oh, dang it. It's the wrong item. It's freaking hitting that lantern right there.
Those fools were but an expeditionary force. I've no doubt the bulk of their number remains on the surface. I shall take an alternate path to prepare a surprise for our would-be assailants. Then I shall flank them as you engage them.
Hold. You were beginning to say something before we were ambushed. I would care to hear it.
We cannot have this conversation until we're safe. Engage those on the surface and I shall join you. Go now.
Okay. Yeah, so I kind of already got that he was the one who killed their boss from the first time I met him. Or their teacher, not their boss. He did have good reason. She was going against the Protectorate. I mean, he had good reason in their eyes. She was going against the Protectorate, which is their job to follow. But, also, fuck the Protectorate. Am I right, Tristan? Fuck the Protectorate. Okay, I still don't get to... We don't get to talk this out.
You lot couldn't hit the broad side of a bird.
Yes, we arbiters shall grant you it.
That was unbelievably easy.
Virgil, enough! Our being at odds with the Council is one thing, but that was a small army! What have you done?
You already know whether you're willing to admit it or not. Do you sincerely have a need for me to spell it out before you'll face the truth? Very well then. Tristan, You stand before the murderer of the Supreme Arbiter.
Looks like I owed Niles 10 bits. Was Niles there on that quest? No, it was Asa.
I don't believe this. The Consul must have captured you and sent you to mental refreshment. It's the only...
Open your eyes, Rao. Those Sentinels were here with due cause. The elimination of a murderer. The Supreme Arbiter was planning to send a message in her final moments, pledging allegiance to the Consul. Who do you think bore witness to those final moments?
I mean, the message was unsent when we found it because he killed her. You caught her pledging her support to of the Consul, so you executed her.
I did what I thought was just.
No. You lied to me?
I had to. I knew that if you learned what had transpired, why I did what I did, it would destroy you.
Would it? Or were you just trying to save yourself from my wrath?
He doesn't outrank Tristan. They're on the same rank. They're the same thing. All right, you got one chance to explain what happened and why you did what you did.
With the demands this war has made on us all, I'd not seen our mentor for some time. My visit was meant to be a surprise. Unfortunately, it was. I overheard her decision to align herself with the Consul before she realized I was there. This admission, I had no choice but to act.
But there was a choice. Why didn't you come to me? Together we could have come up with something. Some other course of action.
Because I didn't want you to know. I never wanted you to learn the truth because I feared you'd lose your faith.
Sorry about the red screen. I'm literally dying and it popped the cutscene. I couldn't heal beforehand. It's so stupid. Like, this is the type of quest that happens in so many other video games. Oh, I didn't want to tell you the truth because it would crush you, so I tried to hide it from you, and then now you know because obviously you were going to find out. Don't lie. It just makes no sense. Like, I don't lie mainly because I would forget that I told a lie, and then I would get caught. There's just no reason to lie because you're always going to get caught. No matter what. You might think you're not going to, but you always will. You were trying to keep Tristan off the trail. Did you know about Oculus collating post?
No. Sentinel Peralt's remarks were the first I'd heard of any secret room. I feared what you might learn there, so I scrambled to find an agent who might locate the room before you. I only had one contact who I knew may be able to do the job. Obviously, he did not succeed. I was pleased to learn that my decision did not result in his death, at the very least.
You're welcome. What about the junior arbiter who tried to judge Tristan at Central Control?
That is news to me. A junior arbiter judging Tristan. I can't imagine you let that stand.
Killing one of Arcadia's future arbiters over a singular breach of rank would have been most tragic. But this is not the matter we're here to discuss.
Well, it seems like it would be tough to stay loyal after having to kill your mentor, Virgil.
How dare you! I would have rather done anything else. But the explicit reason that I had to act was out of my loyalty. The Supreme Arbiter did more than mentor us. She all but raised us as her own. There is not a step we took that she did not watch. A fact we know that she did not teach. And I killed her. As a traitor.
Well, you don't sound resolute. You sound guilty.
Damn you. Damn you 1,000 times. How can I not bear remorse for the slaying of one I considered my own kin? No matter what I do, I find myself reliving that moment whenever I close my eyes. Her sin was unforgivable to the Protectorate, but
I mean, she didn't need to die. You could have talked to her.
The Supreme Arbiter taught me that the Protectorate is the only family any of us would ever need. Yet, I have found little comfort within it since her passing.
I cannot believe what I am hearing. You know that I have to judge you. There's no other choice available to me.
Try to calm down. You need to think rationally about our next course of action.
You're right. You're right. I can't let emotion get the better of me. This is not the first time we've encountered the paradoxical nature of Protectorate law. Each time we did, you convinced me to stay my hand, and I do not regret those I spared. Our prior conclusions inform my present feelings. I theoretically understand what Virgil did, for there was no proper decision he could make. But I cannot view this objectively. Virgil killed our mentor. It's madness. I cannot simply let that stand. Can I?
Well, the fact that you're hesitating here means you know that executing Virgil is wrong.
My hesitation is more reflective of a weakness of character. One does not hesitate in the Protectorate. One acts. What's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong.
Well, how many unlawful things have you done in the last week that turned out to be just?
Each encounter we have experienced together has left me torn. And this circumstance is more extreme than all others combined. But the law is clear on this. It is explicitly illegal for an inferior to execute their superior. The issue must be accelerated to a higher authority. But is addressing traitorism not the utmost priority of any arbiter? Is not the betrayal of everything we stand for more significant than a breach of protocol?
Okay, well, is there anything else he could have done? Any alternative? Yes, he could have brought Tristan in and the three of you guys could have talked.
No. And even if there was, maybe this was right. We must think for ourselves if Arcadia is to survive. I cannot bring myself to execute my sworn brother.
Here I was thinking you didn't have a heart.
It could be better if I did not. I cannot be sure this path does not fly in the face of all I believe, or speak to some weakness at the depths of my being. I know not what to make of the Supreme Arbiter's betrayal. I'll have to ruminate on it for some time. But that aside, I forgive you, Virgil. You are spared.
I know this decision can't have been easy, but better to make a hard choice you can live with than an easy one you can't.
Would that I could forgive myself. I shall have to live with what I have done in the name of the Protectorate.
Just fuck it, dude. Defect. Because I might have to kill you in the future. This could have been, or this easily could have been you, Tristan.
Virgil, you should take comfort in doing what was right. The Supreme Arbiter was a traitor. I believe her execution was just. And you should as well.
Just in the eyes of the Protectorate. But we've forever lost our mentor, our friend. And, I might add, if the Protectorate had its way, you or I would presently lie dead as well. How can I see the morality in a system that demands brothers, guardians, friends kill one another in its name?
Sucks, bro. You've been part of a dictatorship. How can you, Tristan?
Stop! This is already near too much to accept. I refuse to be browbeaten on top of everything else. Allow me to reach my own conclusions.
1,000 words of thanks for meeting me here, Tristan. I know not what the future holds for us, but for the time being, I must make myself scarce. Though, before I go, a parting gift. May Tristan make use of it better than I.
Go with the Sovereign's blessing, brother. And be careful. If you survive today only to be brought low by an agent of the Consul at a later point, I shall be most annoyed. Commander, this has all been draining. I need time to process what we've learned today. What I've done. Later, I hope we might discuss it.
Sounds good, as I'm freaking bleeding out here. God dang, guys. Thanks. There's no passive healing in this one like there was in the first one, so I'm just lying there dying out. Why is that turret turning so slow? Okay, so he said he came in through a different entrance. Oh, he just means this one, I guess. Alright. So I guess this means I gotta go back to the ship for him to want to talk to me?
Blast! I was halfway through my backwards recitation of each Protectorate law. Good that repetition strengthens the mind. Speak freely. Certainly.
Okay. Oh, I did get a level up. Oh, good, because I need to keep upping my speech. Speech hack. Skill max is at 7? Easily distracted? What? Oh no! I didn't realize easily distracted had a cap. Oh, flaws aren't over here. Flaws are under the other thing. I'm be fucked. I need things that are going to help me win the conversations in the future. Because I think the speech checks during that conversation are going to be max level speech checks. No, I think I'm screwed. I'm not going to be able to get the best ending if they are going to be level 9 speech checks. I did get a speech check for having brand enthusiast that I couldn't pass. I'm wondering if that's something that I can use also during that conversation with Auntie in the future. I haven't even maxed out her thing. See, Auntie's the problem. I'm pretty sure Ruth is chill. It's Auntie that's the issue. Okay, back to the ship. No, I can't. I'm outdoors. I should be allowed to fast travel here. I did spare your friend.
Commander, I've had some time to process what transpired with Virgil. Despite the manner of what Virgil has done, I cannot help but be glad I did not need to slay him. I can only hope he does not run afoul of further sentinels. I still have much doubt about my path, but I don't believe Protectorate law is as ironclad as I once thought.
Why not?
Having good intentions does not spare you. Doing what you think is right does not spare you. This cannot be justice. Yet what can I do? More than 100 years of Protectorate society cannot be changed by a lone body. Can it?
See, I'm fine with him leaving, but it's a choice he needs to make on his own. So all you can do is try to uphold justice. Actual justice, not the Protectorate's ideal justice.
But how? I see. I must follow my own path, my own sense of right and wrong. I can only hope it has been cultivated properly. I shall remain with the Protectorate, interpreting its laws through a moral instead of a punitive lens. Innocent until proven guilty is a novel concept, but it is worth a try.
I can still tell him to leave. How do you feel about all this?
A drunken, disorderly subject once struck my faceplate with an electrical pitchball stick, resulting in a concussion. My head pounds worse now, but my heart feels lighter. When we began traveling together, I was not sure what to make of you. But your input throughout our time together has been invaluable. I deeply appreciate your hand in this investigation, Commander, and in entertaining my incertitude. Let us move forth to free Arcadia from injustice.
Sounds good.
Do I detect a spot of muck on my armor? I shall make a note to cleanse that at my next free moment. Speak freely. Certainly. I consider myself an open tome.
How are you feeling now that everything with Virgil is resolved?
The truth of Virgil's deeds, of the Supreme Arbiter's perfidy, hangs over me like a sword. But I am yet comforted by the fact that my brother in arms lives. One note that especially gives me pause is the knowledge of Virgil's flagging devotion to the Protectorate. I have yet to pinpoint my own feelings regarding this.
Sounds good. It feels like no matter how low I make sound effects, it does nothing. Alright, let's go ahead and give that a shot. Let's see what you got here. We have Flamethrower Gauntlet. I did give him plasma damage, right? Yeah. Flamethrower Gauntlet. Tristan's Gauntlet gains a flamethrower attachment, causing continuous plasma damage around him. It also has significantly increased damage. Prolonged use risks severely burning the wielder, but Tristan shall endure any injury in the Protectorate's name. Or a Shock Emitter Gauntlet. Tristan's Gauntlet gains a Shock Emitter attachment, causing continuous shock damage around him. It also has increased damage, so this one... Flamethrower attachment... Oh no, they're both continuous. Okay, I was gonna say... Alright. So I can keep his fire damage, and then also give him electric, so he's doing 2 types of damage. Aids in disabling opponents, granting Tristan an opening to arrest and or splatter them. So logically, yeah, it makes sense to give him both types of damage. And then we have Powered Armor, grants a bonus to damage based on Tristan's armor value. Also increases the effectiveness of his armor. The designers of this modification initially wrote a joke here about powered armor, but decided they didn't want to deal with the fallout. Oh my god, that's so funny. It's so hilarious. Or Shrapnel Resistor. Grants immunity to all AoE damage. Also greatly increases the effectiveness of his armor. Allows Tristan to deflect shrapnel as unconsciously as he deflects good... Oh, so they're making a joke that I was completely missing. As he deflects good humor and romantic advance. Who's been flirting with him? It was that other Arbiter, right? I think she was flirting with him, but... Okay. This makes him immune to all AoE. So yeah, why would I not pick that? Oh. Plus he retains his green that he had there before. Alright. So Tristan is now done.